Right. Well, everybody, welcome back to Peter Ray's Adventures. I hope all is well. Right, so I'm ready. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Don't know, my name is Peter, part-time eBay reseller, all-round legend. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, which is in the description below, like my Ko-Fi page, buy me a coffee. I also got an eBay store, which is right at the top. Pinned it, which you can see on the YouTube and possibly on the app as well. Tonight's topic, well, really, just about, well, basically, Another Day in Paradise, which is the Phil Collins song, Another Day in Paradise, and then I put ... not. It's basically meaning same old, same thing, same day, pretty much. We've got to try and what's the word? Try not to do the same mundane things day in, day out. I know it's hard and it happens regarding life and reselling. And then obviously if you've got any other topics, we'll talk about that as well. I'll talk about my week and what's been happening. So we go through, see we got in the side chat. Dave, no worries for Dave. Lee's popped in, welcome Lee. Bill's and Moon. Pat's popped in, welcome Pat. Who else we got down here? We've got Ian J. Popping, welcome Ian J. Thanks for popping in. Michelle's popping in, welcome Michelle. Hopes all is well there in America. Driving but listening, no worries, Dave. No worries. Correct, yeah. Pretty much. Always is. Like, I say, if you've got any questions, put them in the side chat, answer them. Had to get this out, my Mallorca cup I got years ago, back in 2008, something like that. Because the other cup, the Del Boy one, the handle was cracking badly, and you basically hold it, and it just literally like would fall apart. So I've got Mum got this one out from the back of a cupboard. Mallorca. Lovely. Cheers. Welcome TMG. Yeah. Always like a good James Bond chat. So firstly, same different day. So what I try and do is I try and make each day different, whether it be a slight difference or a big difference. Like when I'm sourcing at the weekends or during the week or whatever, I try and go to different places or meet up with friends, or even if I'm just at home, like I'm reselling, just try and list different things. Because if you listen to the same things, like I've been listing a load of VHS tapes, it gets a bit boring, and I got a bit bored of listing VHS tapes now. I've got 3 more to go, plus more piles of stuff. For example, like Doctor Who stuff. And then I've got Chelsea ones. I've also got Star Trek and others. But it's just like trying to list different items to keep like sort of like interest, because it's a bit boring, as I say, listing the same thing time and time again. But if that's where the money is, that's what it is. Because I couldn't list like just one set of items like books or DVDs or toys, just like that. I have to do an eclectic mix. So, for example, toys, DVDs, books, VHS tapes, beer steins, shoes, etc., etc., etc. And that particular. Evening, Monk 50, thanks for popping in. If you've got any questions, then pop it in the side chat or when the live is finished. So throughout the, well, basically, as I said before, in January, I go through jumble sales, Carboots, jumble trails like garage sales, and other source opportunities to see whether like they've been put on or like to mark them down. I got loads marked down to see different ones, and then I always get people messaging me saying, "Have you been to Soundsale, or are you going to Soundsale?" I'm like, "No." "Oh yes, I've heard about that one. Have you heard about this one?" So local people do that, which is very nice. And came with the theme of a topic, but basically try and get, like, for sourcing wise, try and source different areas or differently, because I watched Ricky Resells' video earlier, and he's doing a bit different sourcing. Like he's got a source in a unit thing, and he's got contacts and the rest of that. So sourcing differently. That's why he doesn't make that many videos as such, trying to crack on. Basically got the same, roughly the same size space as what I've got, but his is in a garage, mine's in the house. And resonate with his video because, like, sourcing different places. If you're just going down the same Carboots, doing the same garage sales, doing same charity shops, or same looking for the same items online, then it just gets a bit mundane and boring. I find, like, you need to broaden your horizons pretty much. That's why throughout the year I'm still checking out jumble sales, Carboots, garage sales, outsourcing opportunities. And my mum did say earlier, "Have you been looking on Facebook Marketplace for stuff?" Like, not recently. I either forget or I like just don't bother. Like, I should do, but I've got enough stuff anyway. But especially throughout the closed season, what I call Q4, what I call closed season as well, from around September onwards up until when the car boots reopen again. Like, for example, well, here they finish around October, November time. But I always find after the last bank holiday in August, they tend to finish at the car boots and tend to get a bit more crap. Like, less people come when the autumn and winter and all that. Obviously, we had a couple of weeks where it's been really nice weather. That's besides the point. But I always try and use Q4 and the closed season to look up Marketplace, look up free sites, check to see if any other places. There's always something on, whether it be a jumble sale or a garage sale. Mainly for me, jumble sales. I've got on loads marked up. And that's one side of it when you're sourcing side. Then it comes to your listing side. So I'll talk about in a minute. Bill's Moon says his contact rang me yesterday, had some books for me. Oh, brilliant. So I'm assuming you have, well, with most contacts, I kind of like gather, like I've had a couple in the past and that, they usually want you to buy loads of stuff regularly, like every week or two. Thanks for a like on Facebook. Pop over to YouTube. So is that the same for you? You've got to buy loads of stuff, or is it just as and when, ad hoc, for your contact? So let me write down a bit of paper so when I can go through and marking up. So yeah, we've got sourcing different items. Items. Now listing different items. So listing different items, for example, like as I say, you need to really list different items, otherwise it gets a bit boring as such to like go through and go, I'm doing this, that, and the other. And I'd rather do loads because I'm fascinated with different like items that I pick up and history research. Because last night I sold a book. Well, early hours of this morning I sold the Egyptian book. If you remember, I had an Egyptian haul of books. Don't know if I could find that particular video, but I had an Egyptian haul of books a few years ago now, over about 3 years ago, and I sold that for like quite a lot of them for pretty good money. Some went down to charity shop. I got some children's books as well. Basically, a lady's husband passed away and then gave me loads of stuff, and also a picture which I got upstairs It was 2020, I believe. I saw it earlier on my phone, so through to have a look, and that was pretty nice to get. Um, that one. What we got? Let's have a look. Then it was in June, so let's go down the list. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. No, that one. We'll find it. Right. Okay. Pop those questions in. Answer in a second. I can. Oh, there we go. That's the video. 2 Facebook haul pickups. I got some children's books and Egyptian stuff, all locally. Put it into there. My phone is buzzing off. Probably tell me I'm live. I'll put it in the comment section below and the description as well. Yeah, I don't mind selling books as such. You've got to be wary because they can be quite heavy, the books. If you're selling bundles like Harry Potter books or just Egyptian stuff, for example. Even though, thanks for popping in. Yep, I'm pretty good. I tell them what I'm looking for and they ring me when it comes in. That's always good because a lot of contacts, like with people I chat to, they have to pick up like loads at a time, otherwise the contact will go elsewhere. But that's a good thing, I think, to be honest. I struggle selling books. Yeah, I do from time to time, like struggle, but on occasion they do sell well, and I vary what I pick up, whether it's Harry Potter books or crime novels, book bundles like horror histories, Goosebumps, whether it's like anything to do with the football or like history, World War II, whatever. And that. So that's what I tend to do. So we've got sourcing different items and listing different items, like listing stuff. Also, next point, which I have touched on, we're going to be like Q4 close season, whether it's like making sure you bit more sourcing. Also, keep checking out places that are open because there's something they'll say that's open, whether it be jumble sales, whether it be a random car boot you didn't know it was on, something like that. It will be somewhere to source. But as I say, should try and use marketplace and other places all year round. Vinted, for example. Check places open. Oh, yeah. Especially, or check places are open all year, like, and especially Q4 close season. So close season would be basically for me when Q4 starts September, October, November, December, January, February, and possibly a bit of March. So 6 months, 6.5 months, something like that. Places. I check places. Yeah, check places open all year. Yeah, pretty much check places all year that are open. Oh, all year that are open. Like, for example, jumble sales, Carboots, all that sort of stuff. Because I personally think, like, I don't have trouble sourcing, to be honest. Might be for the higher quality stuff, but especially B&B bread and butter stuff, easy to source. And like, I've always got some thing that looking forward to. That's the next point. I'll go through different points at a time, AA. Pop in AA. Appreciate that. Got any questions? Pop them in. Just talking about like um, not to get bogged down doing the same stuff day in day out. Need a bit of color in your life. Going out with friends, family, or um, listing different items, or learning something new. Pretty much. So next one, I'm gonna think about. What was I gonna say? Can I can't remember now what I was going to say, but taking places, different items, sourcing different items. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Family time and time plus family time plus like seeing friends, concerts. It's basically taking time out, taking time taking time out of your day, whether you're working, like working a job or something, 5 days a week or something, like just taking time out to relax and go places. That's why I try 3 or 4 times a year to go to concerts. I've got one coming up at the Alexandra Palace in London on the 23rd. Seeing a couple of metalcore bands, 10,000 people. Well, about that. Might be slightly less. But in that particular, I do have to like go early to get and travel there. Like, I usually leave around 1ish, but that does restrict myself not going to a jumble sale. 3 years ago, like wait, 3.5, possibly 4 years ago, I'll be like, shit, I need to go to this, I need to go to that place. But I find these days, if I don't go, fair enough, I'm always going to get something decent somewhere along the line. Got a backlog anyway, so I've worked through. So there's a couple of jumble sales that I will be missing on the 23rd, which is fair enough. But I know I've got others coming up. Let's turn off. Coming up like there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 come up before the end of the year, jumble sales, but there's quite a lot that are on the same day. So, uh, 2 Saturdays, not that far away. There's one's got 2 on, one's got 3 on. So thinking, shit, which one do I go to? Anyway, so it's always trying to just work out where you can go. It's not always about the timing. Like, say for example, like, oh, it's gonna take me an hour to get to this particular car boot jumble sale source opportunity, and this one's gonna take me 10 minutes. It's always about not just the timing, like travel time, but the time of a particular place is open. You usually piss me off when they're open at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're like, oh great, waste like a lot of time because you've got to get to these places an hour early and this and the other. You know what I mean? Especially on jumble sales. And also, like, do you know people have been to that place before? Have you been yourself? Because a lot of these places I've been multiple times. I only know it's like shit, and prices are rising up all the time. But you always are keen to check out another source opportunity where you've not been before. It may be crap, but then you can still put it on your list, because what I will do soon as I can is get a printed out list of jumble sales, like for example, jumble sales, Carboots, other sorts of opportunities, and all their addresses. I know I've got it on Nick's app and Google Maps, all that, and on my phone, but it's easier if I just quickly go down the list. Okay, put it on my cork board upstairs, so I know I've got it there. So But I always try and take out like I might meet a mate next Tuesday. So I take time out of busy schedule, whether you're working, if you can, because some people like a mate of mine. Not sure if he still solicits, but he has been doing a solicitor for many years. And he works all hours, and he very rarely gets time to relax. So I don't see him but often. Then other mate of mine, is in the building trade, works on building sites. I don't know, different areas. But they both live like literally 10 to 15-minute drive, if that. Probably about a 10-minute drive if traffic's okay. If not, in 15 minutes. So, and then obviously for families and that. So you've got to sort of semi-plan your day and week. It's very difficult for me with me, my Asperger's, to plan a day in advance, let alone stuff. Because today, well, yesterday, as you saw if you didn't see my Instagram video I put up, you can see that it's all in the description below my Instagram. Basically to share with you an update of what I've been up to and what I'm doing. I put some VHS tapes away and put them on in the little shed I got, the key to shed, and I went through and SKU coded them. And today I've put away in here to be listed some stuff that my mum cleaned up, beer steins and soup bowls that need to be listed. So it's all something to do to keep yourself occupied. And then obviously if you're at home and you're obviously full time, and you've got a particular certain amount of time to have family, friends, but if you're working, then it's very difficult. But it swings and roundabouts when it's like money wise. If you're full time, then you've got to try and make, well, as much as you can, like within a certain amount, to gain it back, because obviously you need a certain amount of money originally, like to go full time. And if you're working full time or part time, then it's difficult as well with taking time out, because everyone, as we know, it's just like what people do. Social media breaks, for example, have a break off YouTube. It just gets too much. That's why I try and regulate what I do. I always know if I need 5 minutes, I'll have 5 minutes. Lately I've been watching podcasts, as I said last week and stuff, and watching some videos. And I've got tomorrow night, Most Haunted, 9 o'clock. I am in there because they're back at Pendle Hill. They filmed that back in June, I think, for Yvette Fielding's book that's recently came out. She writes ghost books, and I know someone who has done a tour, been on the Most Haunted tour. There is a couple not too far away, but it's just, I don't know whether I will go, but you know what I mean. And I've got that particular video. Don't do that many a year because they're an independent company now. They used to be run by Annex Productions and etc. Right? And for years they run them, basically run themselves. And Carl, who edits all the videos and edits the older ones, because last year he spent all year pretty much editing the ones like TV companies from around the world wanted, but with their particular requirements. So they've done it in June to come out tomorrow. I'm like, wow. On their YouTube, Bills and Moon. So let me get it up here. Just Most Haunted on their YouTube. They've got an app on the App Store, but I haven't used it in a long time because I need to sign in, and it's that monetary thing. But I watch them. Here is that. If you go onto videos and have a look, because they used to be the bee's knees back in the day, way before like Ghost Adventures and all the rest of that. Way before Jack Osborne done his ghost stuff. All that. I returned to Pendle Hill, and maybe an hour, maybe a couple. It might be a couple of hours actually. I can't wait. I sit and watch it in the dark with my headphones in because they'd done it twice at Pendle Hill. They basically were the bee's knees from about 2004, 4 to 2009, 8, 9. About that, because they were really big in America for a couple of years, and then obviously it fell apart, and now they've got different people, except Carl Stewart, Yvette, of course, and if he comes back, what's his face, Fred Bat, who's from Surrey. Anyway, besides the point, but what point I'm making is that's one of my releases where I can sit down for an hour or two and just release my, if I've ever had a bad day, or if I'm really if I'm okay and just looking forward to something. I've always got to look forward to something. If I don't, then life get very stressy, and I'm like, oh god, same old. That's why I don't do anything. I'm looking forward to something, like whether it be I'm going out jumble sailing or something, or I've got a concert coming up, or I'm meeting a friend or something. You know what I mean? There's always something that I've got marked on my calendar, on my phone. That's happening. And even YouTube, like when I go out and record when I can, different places for like outside adventure vlogs. I really enjoy doing those. It's basically a release. And now obviously like looking after my father and that, and help more around the house, and this and the other. It's difficult to focus. I'm looking through AA's popping up. AA is popping in. eBay meetup. No, I'm not attending the one or any of them. Even though there was one in London. I think the eBay meetup is tomorrow, isn't it, in Manchester? Manchester eBay meetup. Yeah, something like that. Oh. 2023. I think Cheryl, Pound Girl Reseller, said she was going but can't take the time out to go because busy with house renovations, all that. Coming to Manchester, that's right. eBay Open September the 14th, which is tomorrow. And the London one is the 21st of September, Hilton in Wembley, which is about, say, an hour, possibly an hour and a half on a train. Trains and underground for me. But no, I've never been to a meetup. I should do, really, but no, I don't know. I just don't go. Usually it's quite, what's the word? A difficult time for me when they're on. There's usually something I need to save money for, like, because obviously travel costs and stuff, petrol and all that. I only got free bar. That's why Andrew's going. Free bar, isn't it? Ali Pally. Whereabouts are you from, AA? If that's not a rude question, if you want to say that. Not far. It's about an hour and a half from me on train. Get a lift to my local station and then up to yeah, well, I usually go Alexander Palace. So ALEX Palace London on the train. Options, yeah, just a train, no train and bus. Actually, bus it, because you usually go by bus as well. W3 bus up, because all Victorian housing up there quite steep. Oh, north. Go to a local station. Yeah, up to Vauxhall. Can go to Vauxhall, and then Vauxhall to Finsbury Park via the underground. Because Finsbury Park has got the weird spiral staircase you go down by a ticket office. You usually, well, it used to have the Arsenal store, but it got converted because it's right near the Arsenal football ground. And then obviously W3 bus from the bus garage. So it's an hour and 22 minutes roughly So it's not great. And then obviously when I leave, I have to leave sharpish because I got to get literally one of the first buses because it's like very tight to get back. You usually try and get back to Waterloo, go up to Leicester Square, Waterloo, whatever, and go through. I made it by skin of my teeth last time. That's a point when you go to the Ali Pali. I understand what you mean. Yeah, I try not to watch lives during the day, but if I'm having a bit of lunch or a cup of tea and a 5-minute break, I might put like a little video on. But most of the videos that I've got on my subscriber list, like people who do videos, which you can see on my YouTube channel, under subscribers, I think, something like that. Yeah, under channels, and then subscriptions. Usually do about half an hour plus because I like history documentaries, for example. But no, I know what you mean. I don't try and do lives during the day or even Instagram lives. That's a no for me. Hi Richard, thanks for popping in. Hope all is well, mate. TMG said, "Can I get some advice at all?" Yeah, I shall do my best. Anyone in the chat want to help out as well? I've got an email that says it's from eBay. They say I need to pay £22.35 for an overdue account. I've not sold anything on eBay for years. It's a scam. Well, if you've not sold anything on eBay, I believe it will be a scam. When you go into your emails, because I'm on a Samsung Galaxy, right? Go into your emails, go into an email, whether it's from eBay. I get up an eBay email for what I've sold. And then what you need to do is check out the address, go into details. And then what we do, when you go through, you go on to click on the from bit where it goes, click on eBay, and then it comes up with the ebay.com. But you always know, like when you go down to your spam, but you get random spams that people say, "Oh, you got to pay so much." I believe it will be. If you've not sold anything for years on eBay, then 100% that's going to be a scam. Because some things that I think about, like varying, you owe money, certain things or whatever, it's very difficult because 2022, beginning of 2022, I got scammed out of a couple of £100. Like someone phoned me up, and I was an idiot, not put the phone down. And I gave them more detail. They scammed me. I didn't get it all back from the bloody bank, stupid bank. But be very careful. I would say that's a scam. Or you can phone up eBay and quote the email and say this, that, and the other, and yeah. But that's only if you like got an eBay account. You can do that. I think I said hi to ENJ before. Hi to Dave before. Have you seen on Netflix documentary about people who live to 100? They have always had stuff to do on strong family connections. No, I don't own Netflix myself, but I've seen documentaries on YouTube and stuff, and on telly about that. There was a lady who was 125. I saw the other day come up on my phone. It's like, wow, yeah, that's what you got to do. Strong family connections, have people around you, as well as like people who you see occasionally, like through the internet and stuff, through meetups and eBay events and whatever else. Right, always got to have something. Because I can't stand the mundane and boring. It's like, oh, another day in paradise. Not same shit, same day, pretty much. Let's have a look through. Both venues are full up. And it must be now because I know Cheryl Pound Girl said she had phoned up eBay and the email through and said like about her account, her space that she's not going. So fair enough. You're going to London eBay one. Nice one. Blimey. All right, fair enough. Okay. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully you do some sort of video or someone to do a video. I've never actually gone. It's just always during the week, and always like really difficult for me. Like 14th, Thursday, and then on 21st, another Thursday. So it's like a week after each other, I think. Yeah. Um. London. That's right. Yeah. So it's always during the week. Just difficult for me to get there. During the week, what looking after my dad and that sort of thing. Like the eBay one, yeah. 2023. Sim eBay Open UK. Trying to get the right date. 14th and 21st. So basically, it's a week after each other. It's like, right. Usually difficult. Trafford Centre, Manchester, the cricket ground. That's right. And the Hillingdon in London. I live in Enfield. Okay, it's about might be an hour away from me. Let's have a look. Enfield from where I live. I'll find that. Oh, can't spell. An hour and 14 minutes. Oh, yeah, I know, yeah. Not too far then. Have a look in the chat. I know people do say that not been to any meetups. They're great. And even the eBay stuff. And like, if you go to the Reseller Summit happening in February, I think. I know Fuzzy Footwear's been one of the people who gonna talk, but yeah, apparently I was told the other day about it being booked up a few weeks ago. Oh damn! Yeah, that goes quick. I think it was announced a few months ago or more. But good luck, Richard. Hope you do a video about that. No worries, no worries. Always here to help. Scammers, galore out there. Use your intuition, gut. Well, yeah, 100% gut instinct will tell you if it's a scammer or not. Okay, cool. Richard, hello. Welcome. Retailer's going well for you. They list all that stuff, clothing and all. Let's have a look down the list. Okay, cool. So we talked about sourcing different items to keep not just your store fresh, but to keep your mind fresh. Because as we know, like I don't see like how people can list 1,000 pairs of trainers, 1,000 books. You know what I mean? I just go mind numbing. I'd rather list like half a dozen books, a Monopoly board, toys, VHS tapes, or just a variety of stuff. Have been concentrating a bit much on VHS tapes, but have been selling. But I know from my personal experience, which may be your experience as well, when you list like 15, 20 plus of the same category, same type of item, right? I.e., for me personally, like VHS tapes, right? Then I find that initially does well in your store, but then it sort of like your store just basically takes a nosedive because I find that eBay like to list variety of items because I try and list as many items in different categories as I can. It helps the algorithm on the store. So maybe tomorrow if I get a chance, because I've got some stuff to put away and sort out. I've got some. I might go for. I know I've got a load of wall plaques to list. So I'll try and combine wall plaque box with might even do beer steins. So I'll try and like that and other bits. But because as you say, I've had these lights. I said last week, called newer lights. One that I plug in because I had one that you put a big battery into and was holding it, and that it wasn't great. But I'd put the newer lights up. It's faff to put up, but when they're up, they work really well. You stick them into the mains electric, lecky in it, and they work really well. And as I showed you last week, they were the pictures were doing like proper decent pictures, light, airy, and you can see not grainy at all. No, not much. Well, very, very, very small amount of shadowing. But I might do that, yeah. But just trying to because like I find it easier these days to photograph like 20, 30 items over a period like day or whatever, or periods, much however long it takes you to photograph, right? A few hours, and then like you can get on and just list and put the photographs through, do the listing, instead of drafting up loads and then doing photographs and then putting them through. It takes forever. Like, but up me sales and that, and what I've sold and listed as well. Listed 50 yesterday and sold some clothing. Fair enough. Well, was it that clothing that was sitting on your chair or where it was? Can't remember what clothing was now. Richard. Hi PWW, thanks for popping in. Always appreciated. Let's go down the list. Have we got any comments? Making loads of us in NHS redundant, voluntary at the moment. I would take it and go full time reseller, but I can't make enough money too. So what will you do though, Dave? Will you get another job, or will you take the redundancy? So you should get like some money if you go redundant, or what's happening about that? Because a lot of it, like for example, Wilkinson's, which is basically a shop that sells a lot. Basically, that my phone going off. I don't know. It does like for example, home living, garden, outdoors, like paint, cleaning, bathroom, storage baskets. Loads of those are but basically they're all going. And there's no plans my local hometown one to be converted into a B&M or some. Well, it actually can't think of it. It might be because in my local hometown we've got Prezzo's that's went about many months ago. That's just sat there, nothing's doing now. We got a 2-story Poundland, just sitting there, which was an old what's the store it was? I can't remember, but it was Poundland anyway for a long time. But then it went, and now Wilco's as such. Lakeland went in the high street, but they made it into a crappy Gales, which is like a bakery sort of thing. Woolworths, that's right. I'm thinking of Woolworths. You used to be really good there, Woolworths, because I got 2 iPods there. Really discount because Mum used to work there. I got a really big ass discount on them. Used to pick a mix. Actually, isn't the point. Put it away. But that's a shame though for Dave. But a lot of stores are going. My high street looks very bare. Unless you want a coffee or an ice cream, and then you're in business. Yeah. Question from Monkey Thrifter. Tried to list a pack of tarot cards, but eBay blocked saying can't list these, but I've sold them before. What did you put as the title though? Because a lot of things are Vero through eBay. I'm trying to look at that. RDS Vero. There's an older one that sell a tarot card banned on eBay. Yeah, I've seen loads on there before. There's loads of tarot cards. What was the picture of it on tarot card though? Or was it sexual like if you've seen Live and Let Die and the tarot cards with the naked ladies on it? Weird. I don't know why they would block saying you can't list these. But I know people I've been chatting to, they've recently had like um things that have been blocked and say can't list these, but they know they'd have listed them in a amount of months. I think the AI going through, but it's very, very difficult though. What you can list, T, go to T. Oh, that's very handy. I've just found the Vero list. It might be the brand though. The brand. Mm. Mm. Jesus Christ. Excuse me. I'm just looking at the Vero list on eBay. I'm gonna pop that on here. I'm actually gonna print it off now because it's always easier that way. The Vero list. Oh, actually, no, there's no point. There's A to Z. I've said that. I'll just save it. Save it there. Vero list. Jesus, a hell of a lot of things. Let's have a look down the list. What would it say? They weren't a brand name, and the same ones I've sold and listed. Okay, that's a bit weird. I just don't get that. Why they would not let you list them. So the Dave said, I brought some old Super Ted magazines today, 70 comics. Hopefully make a few pounds from them. My first time selling comics. Okay. Comics can be very complicated because people who buy them do like to be in very good condition, certain editions. Always look through the magazines and try and like if you particularly find one that's you think, oh, gut instinct thinking that might be worth something, check on the title or if it's got a barcode on the back and I have a look. Something like them are worth good money, but most of them bundle up. If it's 70 odd one, 70 comics, make sure what years you got because what I'm saying that because if you've got like 70, it's going to be a bugger for the postage. It's going to be heavy, quite a big heavy weight. So I would say like try and do them by years. If you've got enough for them, like I was doing like the West Ham football programs, I had 4 lots. I was doing like a whole set of weather, and then the spares of that, because I brought them quite a few years ago from a local car boot. But good luck. Hope you make some good money. Let us know in the future. That jacket is still on the back of my chair. Was some work trousers. I have lots of pairs listed. Oh. I think too fair, Richard. I think we all have stuff that's sat from years. But no, work trousers. Yeah, I think like yeah, they always sell well. Work trousers. Dave says probably stay in NHS if I can, as it's a steady income, but still a few weeks to have a think. Oh, okay. But you did say up there about voluntary or something. The Dave. Um, the Dave. Oh, I missed that. The Dave. Um, yeah, NHS redundant. You're voluntary at the moment. So would you go into another department, or how's that going to work? But if you can stay in there and you get paid for it, then great, because it's an extra income. I know someone who recently left the local hospital and now working with children and loving it because she gets the weekends back because she's got a kid and that. So who into football, so weekend spent down with local football fields and that. But if you can stay in there and get a bit of cash for a rainy day, then that's great. Mm. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for popping in. There's that Vero list because it's weird. It says here verified rights owner program, which is obviously Vero. Try and go V. It's like really weird. I don't get it. To be fair. I'm trying to have a look. Actually, I can print it out. I'm going to print it out actually on page. Actually, 25. Shit, that's a big lot. I'll sort that. Actually, sort pin now, but it's quite a lot. But if you have a look through, some really weird ones. I'm supposing there will be Sanyo, Santa Christmas. Jesus, Saltworks. Yeah, Main Fringe. I've seen like loads of these been listed before, but it's whether the AI bots and this eBay pick it up. Um, it's like YouTube, same sort of thing. Like the AI bots going through your videos from years past, going, "Oh, that's blocked," or "That's copyright." I think how when I first done it, when copyright, and it's copyright free music, but a lot of it gets brought out. Like, for example, if you're thinking about wrestling, the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, has recently been brought out. So you got to think about if you're selling wrestling figures, wrestling rings, belts, for example. They recently brought out McMahon Vince, who now looks fucking ugly because he had surgery on his face. I was looking up the other day. Yeah, and now 2023 merged with UFC. So their parent company Zuffa ZUFFA. It's basically they're on the New York Stock Exchange, WWE, under the symbol TKO. What the hell that means? Knockout. Oh, okay. Knockout. Fair enough. So, but basically, Vince McMahon has got some minor influence, like his family. But we got to think about like how is that going to affect selling wrestling figures, wrestling rings? That not initially, but may do in up and coming years and months, for example. Let's have a look through because that's an interesting one. When, for example, a big company merges with something else and gets brought out, then I'm thinking, shit, you might be able to list whatever. Like when we went to from WWF to WWE, and on the WWE programming they wouldn't say WWF. Well, Wrestling Federation for years. That's right. Yeah, now it's that. Yeah, because it's used to be Titan Sports. That's right. Titan Sports. Yeah, he's still chairman at the moment, but it's on the market on the New York Stock Exchange. Still making money, but it's one of those things to think about. Like, which I just happened to think about myself. Going down the list. Um, uh, um, Hi Ashley, thanks for popping in, mate. Hope you're well. Hope life is well on Vintage and no some more scammers. Hmm. Hi Todd, thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. Hopefully well over there in America and all is good with your reselling business and your family. Let us know. Or drop me a message and I'll apply as soon as I can. Um, uh, I understand, like, particularly, but it's bloody expensive though. My philosophy is put a jumper on or something, but I can understand, like I know we have to with my dad. Like occasionally, it's either one or the other. Like as the either really hot or really cold. So we will do it at some point, but we put it on latest as possible, as we can. We're gonna have to at some point in the next 2.5 months, but not right now. It's still too warm. Um, Going to a jumbo sale on Friday. Wow. Hope you do okay. Yep. Good luck on your jumbo sale. Wow. I've not been to a weekday jumbo sale in years. Not since I started reselling. So remember helping out back in the day at a local book fair. There was a massive book fair in my local town. I went there in 2019. Didn't know that about books then. I'd wish it was a few years later, but the COVID messed up all the plans. And they haven't put it back or the jumbo sale. And it was really big, and I helped out. And I got a few bits and pieces, mainly for my collections and stuff. But I was like that. But yeah, it's for a Friday one. Wow. Normally on Saturdays, very occasionally you get a Sunday jumble, which is I find them boring. Sundays I find boring anyway, but mainly Saturday jumbles, which you like look forward to and go right. But then you see the bloody people who get to this jumble sales crack of dawn, because you always find there's someone or a family or some people that get to a jumble sale at the crack of dawn. Like, say for example, it's jumble sales on at I don't know 11 o'clock. They will be there in a queue at 9 o'clock on the dot. 9 o'clock, literally, first in the queue for hours. I'm thinking, right. That's why I try to go to different jumble sales where I thinking they may not be. I don't know. But I think it like is what it is realistically. But it's a dog world out there regarding the reselling things. That's why you gotta know, like basically know your knowledge, know a lot about basically a lot of things in pies. Basically, in that particular way, like knowing a lot about different items and different brand names, I think in there, or even in your phone's quick go done. Oh, yep, I know that. Can you pick up? Yeah. Um, it's chilly. Not looking forward to its winter. I think we're lucky last year being mild. Well, yeah, I don't think it will snow though. Not until at least February, like every year. Um, No worries, BTP. Thanks for popping in, BTP. Got any questions? Put them in the side chat. Just a randomised stream tonight. I thought, like, going through there. AA. I know it's for PWW, but I will insight, and help out as much as I can. So I tend to find out mostly on Facebook. For what I do in January after the Christmas period is go through Facebook and also on different like Google and type in jumble sales in so area and control trawl through your local Facebook groups, like what's on in whatever it is, and for your local areas, because there might be 3 or 4 different ones, or even on Instagram, go through, because like you'll see it and think, okay, and go through, and then what you can do if you find one, 9 out of 10 the Facebook page isn't updated, or the website, but very occasionally have a look, because I went through beginning of the year churches, I went through scout huts, um, all sorts of places within a massive mileage through, to look at jumble sales, and ones previously that I've been to. That's why have to write them all down. Also, through that Facebook Marketplace way I've done that, I have learned over a couple of last, well, actually no, the last year or so, over there, where people have told me about places to look. And I've seen a couple of bits where it's varying sites. I'm not going to say them here. People like will look and find, like, it's basically competition. I mean, sometimes, but certain sites where you can have a look and go, where it might be like interesting events, for example, or you'll have a look. Which are very helpful, and also people locally who you get friendly with, and they help you and tell you. But it can be very difficult. That's why on Nicholas's app would be great for jumble sales. Nick's app. But that's the one thing I do still find hard to find jumble, even though I tend to find 20, 30 throughout the year. I don't always get a chance to go to them, but it's very difficult. But you always got to have a look on scout places, on their like websites, and try go on the PC, open up a few tabs, go onto Google Maps on each one. For one of them, type in scout huts. One, type in, I don't know, churches in whatever area you live in within a big radius. And then type in hall, because it always comes up with different halls where people rent out. Like, for example, the rugby club may do one, and that. But it's very difficult to find. But I've got where like local radio stations tell me certain jumble sales that have been on, but none on there recently. Actually, not for a long time. That's why I've had to search elsewhere. But I was lucky because I've had a couple of people tell me varying ones that are on, and I've gone through and I found where they've searched it through 2 or 3 areas. Um, like, for example, websites where it tells you about ads and events coming up in your local area. Type on Google, just type in the events in your local area, jumble sales. I'm trying to think what you can call jumble sales, tabletop sales as well, because sometimes they're listed as tabletop sales, but not. I don't always list them on the website very well. And usually on Facebook, you can find ones for like 5 years ago. But it's one of the hardest things I find to look at to find jumble sales. And if I didn't have people telling me occasionally about ones, and I help out and tell people if I find one, then I'll be like, shit, I missed that one, I missed that one, I missed this one. But it can be very difficult. But that's not including the competition that goes down the jumble sales really early, and Bo spends £1 million buying all the stuff. But yeah, but it is very difficult. But good luck though, AA, on your local scout one in October. Hopefully it's big and you do really, really well. But I find no jumble sales, their prices have risen quite considerably in the past the pandemic and that throughout the crisis. But you still got some good stuff though. Because I went to a book fair and picked up a DVD box set. I'll say no more about it. and I got that sold that for like £40. Paid very little for that. But also try your book fairs because they do books, DVDs, odd toys, very occasionally. It's just a very good place to get items to resell back online. Um, but sometimes it's not always viable if you um like don't drive, like, because all right, if you're having like I don't know, mother, father, friend, someone driving you there, waiting with you, and then you can put stuff. But if you don't drive, difficult to put a load of bags. If you get a load of stuff on the bus or walk it, that's why quite a lot of the jumble sales I find are usually around 20 minutes, half an hour, up to about an hour away. So you've got to think about logistics of where that jumble sale is, how far it is. Have you been there before? Have you heard it's going to be any good? How big will it be? Because I went to a jumble sale, believe it or not, about 4 months ago, and I heard it was really good. I meant to go last year, but I overslept, and I can't remember where it actually was now, but I remember vaguely it was in no, no, it was for charity. So look at charity as well. It's for charity in a hall based. It was shit. I waited an hour. It was shit. I went home, got nothing, got pissed off. You know, but some of them are not viable because there's one that's not too far away, very small, right? Very small, which I went to after another. You can see that on my channel from earlier on this year. Actually, no, you can't. No, I'll show you the hall. I don't think I got any footage. I don't think I bothered in the end. Anyway, that jumble is on my crossed out list to go. Because it's awful. I don't go. I refuse to go. Reason being, not just because it's awful, because I know guarantee I got COVID there, and that was when I was out for a couple of weeks. I went to another jumble before that, and it was average at best. In just one hall, church hall, but you got to try these at least once, maybe twice, and if they're any good, go back. If they're not, then don't. But I find like if I've got something else on, then I have to wait up, like reselling wise. If I go, oh, I'll go to a Carboot day, or I could go to his jumble sale, or I've got a jumble trail, you can guarantee nine times out of 10, there's always 3 or 4 events on at one day. I've had that a few times this year with 3 events on, thinking, for God's sake, and there's a couple of times in the next couple of months where there's like 3 events on. I'm thinking, why? Even if you're looking at local toy fairs, that's another opportunity. But no, it can be good though. Jumble sales. It's nice to meet people as well and go new places. And if I've got the time and the jumble sale is on at like 11 o'clock and it's near charity shops, I will go charity shopping and get bites to eat. But normally these jumble sales are on like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Some of them, but the ones in the afternoon are a bit shit. The one there, 1 p.m. That's right, and 12 p.m. But sometimes they're nowhere near charity shops. But I sometimes try and combine it if I can. Let's have a look in the side chat. Thank you, says TMG, for advice. Email look pretty real. Cheers, Peter. No worries. That's always okay. Like to check out with people, especially like in his chat, to help out, because there's nothing worse than replying to an email and they've got your details, which they can easily do these days. Kid you not, although it's a lot of years ago, but where I live, it snowed in June. Yeah, I think it snowed in June here before. I know it's definitely done it in May here. Oh, there's nothing on Facebook. Oh, okay. It's very difficult, like, because you may have missed the bulk of the jumble sales. But yeah, but I'd probably say half my jumble sales I've go to have or might over half I've been told about. So I literally just go through. I spend hours and hours. Well, have done like especially in January and go through certain times. I spend hours and hours looking at jumble sales, tabletop sales, um, book fairs, all sorts, and that. I did that about a week ago. No, it might have been a week and a half ago. Just after I came back from Birmingham meetup, I spent one night just looking for a couple of hours on jumble sales, tabletop sales, book fairs, and I found a couple that I didn't know about because they're always popping up somewhere. There's a lot where I'm from and further down, but some of them are too far away. It's not worth the petrol to get there, really. Not seen the jumbles around here for years. Ones I went to pre-COVID were generally rubbish. Luckily, you have lots of boots to choose from. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like with yourself, where you live, Richard, you got lots of boot sales all year round. So that's okay. You don't mind getting up at the crack of dawn to go to a boot sale. I don't generally, I should say, look at jumble sales and tabletop sales, book fairs, for example, as like like big hauls and going to get the best stuff ever. I look at them as filler, and also look at them as like for me personally, be able to get out of the house and go somewhere. There's a lot of the time I'm here, reselling, looking after my dad, etc., 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 doing stuff around the house. But it's nice to get out on a nice, warmish Saturday, get out for a few hours, go to another place, go to a new area, and you learn. I'm always on the thing, where like my brain switched on. Wherever I am, whichever area, like I find this particular jump sale. Beforehand, I look, charity shops. Have they got any tip shops? Have they got anything else I can source? As long as the jumble sale or book fair, or whatever it is at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, possibly 12. If I've got the time to go elsewhere, I'll combine it and maybe make another video about it. But normally, if they're at 1, 2 o'clock, I don't bother. I just go straight home. Search fundraiser too. Yes, 100% fundraiser. Let me put it on there. Yes, that's another thing as well. Charity fundraiser. Oh, thank you very much. Bill the Moon. Hi, R. Thanks for popping in. Just nipping in the chat. No worries. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. Hi, Chris. Hope you're well. Sorry, Whatnot went well yesterday. I think it was Tuesday. Whatnot Tuesdays on Cooking the Hayden's channel. Dave says he's been to one jumble sale in a church hall about 9 years ago. No jumble trails here in Liverpool, sadly. Lots of boot sales through and charity shops. Let's go back to the point there. Jumble sales, just one. It's very difficult because you got to look up, as I say, jumble sales, tabletop sales, fundraisers, charity events. Look up your local churches, scout huts, any type of building, like rugby club or whatever it be, that's gonna may potentially have some big area where they can host something like that. Look up your Facebook pages, Google Maps, Nick's app. If you've got like for jumble trails, for example, like Nick's app. If you got on Samsung, no jumble trails. Okay, that's another thing here entirely. Jumble trails and which are garage sales and stuff, and they don't tend to be many on. I haven't seen one this year. Last year there was about 3 or 4, and I just didn't get to them because I know Nick and Andrew go to them, other people to have very successful time. I enjoyed them. I've been there, done that. I used to enjoy the jumble sales and all that, but jumble trails, sorry, where you go round in your car to a certain place and you got like a map online or a map on a bit of paper and you go around stalls, people set up on their front lawns or front of their houses, like George Ross has been doing lately. But I found that my particular time is better suited elsewhere. I always find that time equals money. Time equals money, folks. If you can, in a sourcing capacity, if you can source for less time, but by picking up a lot of decent items that are worth X amount of money overall, then you're going to do that rather than going around people's houses and stuff and maybe picking up 1, 2 items in 4 hours. It's really difficult. Jumble trails. But I've got a few on my channel. They were good after COVID when I knew about them. Done about 5 or 6. Just not my bag anymore. But yeah, lots of boot sales and charity shops. Good. Let's go down the list. Jumbles, yeah, I think Essex and the south and southeast do really well out of jumble sales. Yeah, it's plenty. I've seen loads in Essex, Carper that are too far away for me to get because I don't want to travel more than an hour away for a jumble sale. Because I've been to one that's 50 minutes away down the M25, and that was a bit of a bastard to get to. And on a really hot day, it's melting. And then when I got home, it got cold. It's where I got some Chelsea VHS tapes. But yeah, Essex is very affluent in jumble sales. Yeah, I've seen loads, but it's just too far for me to get to. I'm not going to bother getting up early in the morning just for a jumble sale. Cannot be bothered. Realistically, like that's to travel miles away. Yeah. What was down the list? For me, I think they're better than boot sales. I seem to get better stuff from the jumble sales. That's very interesting. That's a whole nother video. It's live itself. What's better, boot sales, jumble sales, all that. But okay, I'm the other way around, more for boot sales because there's a lot of boot sales around, car boots and that. But that's good though. Jumble sales. I've got some good stuff in jumble sales and sold some good stuff. But I found this year, particularly this year, it's hit and miss. Like who brings what item to a jumble sale? Because what happens is with jumble sales, whether in churches, whether they're in sports halls, in a hall for a charity, rugby club, scout huts, etc. Right? What I find with jumble sales is that they usually a few days before they're bringing the items in. The parents and people are bringing items in for the leaders and people to help out, like to put out. But I find that a lot of the items will already be gone. It's called privilege. Like when you work in a charity shop, it's called privilege. First pick. I was just so lucky. I picked up a load of these at a jumble sale a few months ago. No, it was about 4 months ago when I went to a localish one. Picked up these for next to nothing. So this one, for example, if you remember the video, for example, and you got 2 of these 05s. Shame this one's got cut stickers in that I can't get out. Otherwise, I would have sold them for good money. Already, for example, with Ronaldo. Once again, Ronaldo. But I found their it was empty because they told me when I asked them, like it was they advertised the jumble sale really well. Bollocks, they didn't. I happened to like see it on one of the sites I use. Oh, jumble sale. Okay, I'm going there. Boom, and I literally was the only one there. But then a couple of people turned up, and I got the best stuff in the house. Other lot was too expensive. But then a few months later down the line, I went to the same one, the Scouts, and the church nearby. On the same premises, pretty much, and did actually really good. Sold those scales, which I took. I think I for £40 set of small scales. I picked up for like £2 or £3 for that jumble sale, and it was when I literally drove it just around the corner. So I was going out and sent it, like literally gave it to a lady, and that was that. So yeah, it's worth going to. Don't get me wrong. If you see one, go to it. You never know what's going to happen. There's nothing worse than not going to a jumble sale, boot sale, where any other source opportunities where you can go out for it, and having someone that local to you post on Facebook, post on Instagram, do a YouTube video, and thinking, I went to so and got this, and like, oh crap, I should have gone. I've been there, done that, got a t-shirt many a time. I'll try more affluent areas, probably loads in the suburbs, etc. More likely to be some there. Yeah, just try different areas. All you got to do, Dave, in the chat, for like jumble sales, work out your distance where you want to travel to. If you want to travel, I don't know, an hour away and below, then fair enough, do it, because that's what I do. And then look around there for like the churches, scout huts, any type of hall that you think is going to be used that you know of. You could be surprised, because as I say, a lot of the time the Facebook page is not updated for years. The websites give you half information. I just find a lot of these by chance, randomly. But as I say, I've got a few coming up. Because there's none in August, there wasn't. No. But I've got one. Well, there's two next week, but I can't go because I'm going to a concert at the Ali Pali. I'll be there. With the Outside the Palace, I won't put out full videos. I'll put the full videos on my Facebook page, and my personal Facebook page, and my Instagram. But I probably won't put a full load on YouTube. Just put bits and pieces here and there, because it's from a couple of bands. Whilst You Sleep, from Sheffield, and the band from Brighton, Bury Tomorrow. So just a few. Don't get that many views. And I got a couple on the day after. One's at 12 o'clock, and it's average beyond belief. And I know who's going to go there. And there's one further away, that's 1 o'clock. So I might go to the other one. I'll see if someone else is going to go, where they're going to go. And I always like to go somewhere where I know can have some chat to people, like in the queue, because nothing worse than standing in the queue for an hour or two, like being bored, not chat to anyone. It's so boring. I'd rather chat to people and the time goes quicker. So video wise, before I say that, we're getting to the end of the stream. So video wise for me this week, Friday, well, tomorrow, at some point tomorrow, look out for the YouTube short. I put out a YouTube short from the last boot sale, car boot. I can't remember what it was, but it'll be up there. Actually, I can. I can tell you. What time? Tomorrow's Thursday, so it'll be at 4 o'clock. The seller wanted how much for so-and-so? So yeah, so that'll be out, and then Friday, hopefully, be able to get out a video. I can do. Let me know if you want me to put out um a video from Reigate Park and Priory Park, sorry, and Reigate Park, where I made a mistake and went up a steep hill and saw a lovely pond on a really hot day, or do you want me to edit a day vlog from August, Thursday 10th of August and Friday 11th of August, finish off that particular week. The week before, I went to, I had 2 days before I went to the Carboot on a Sunday. Let me know in the comments below after the video, or now in the side chat. So I've got 3 videos left, plus whatever else I record throughout. I've done all the Birmingham ones now. Oh, no. I've also got Birmingham charity shops to edit. So I've got Birmingham charity shops. I've got the week vlog, which I've got the Thursday and the Friday to edit, because I've done the Monday, Tuesday, because I went out on the Wednesday with a mate. I've also got the vlog from Reigate to edit, which is a really good one. It's an outside vlog. So 3 reselling and 1 non-reselling to edit. So let me know which one you'd like, and I will edit that one on Friday. Well, actually, no, I can put a post out. Actually, yeah, I'll put a poll out after this. Actually, I'm put them in there, and you can pick out which one, because there's 4. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching this video. Do like this video, share this video with friends and family, and subscribe. Keep subscribing for more content. There will be content out and all that, videos about varying things, reselling, non-reselling related. I'd like to see the pond one. Okay, what I'll do, I'll put a poll out after this video, and I'll keep refreshing it till Friday morning, and then whatever wins, I will edit that video. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. I hope you have a good rest of your week. If you want to contact me via Instagram, Facebook, let me know. Comments below, or buy anything from my eBay store. Take care, folks. See you later.